v.h.s.x? What do you mean?
Here we are back again with some more Michael Myers. We're on Mount Ormond Resort, of course, and we're just trying to go ahead and see what we can accomplish. Looking back at our much older gameplay, this is definitely a lot older, and I'm using some pretty strange add-on combos because I was really trying to avoid using what I knew was the best add-ons because of the fact that I wanted to try to conserve them, but I realized it's just more fun to use them. You know, it's definitely not something I recommend. Obviously, when you are playing this guy, just don't. It's not worth using the greens and the browns and stuff. It's just not very good. Now, from what I can see here, we got out of tier 1 very, very fast. It's really good for us. And we're also using our Spirit Fury Enduring, so we just push through every pallet. Doesn't really matter too much, especially because we don't want to waste too much time, considering we are on one of the biggest maps, which we do get a free M1. That's very good for me. But we then have to rotate back around because we hear them on the generator. Now this type of way to play it, I think, is a lot more similar to like maybe other Michael Myers players, like maybe like Stocky Boy or something like that. Utilizing, like, I haven't really seen him utilize the what do you call it, the like tombstone like that much, unless it was like a particular video for it, which is quite strange. But you know, he does main Myers, so maybe it's, you know, maybe he keeps it fresh that way. But either way, we got the down with the tier 3 very quickly. The hook is like a mile away. I don't know why it's there. It's like all the way in Narnia, for crying out loud. Like, why is the hook there? I have no clue. But at least we got the hook, right? And then we're using the bow add-on for like a little extra like duration. You know, it's the best bang for your buck because of the fact it's like 30 seconds, but you don't really, like, I think it's only 50% to get to tier 3, like increased stalking required. So I think it's not too bad. Compared to like I think if you use like the purple hair one, it's like, it's giving you like 40 seconds, but you're like getting like 150% to like get to tier 3 or something. I was like, what? It didn't make no sense. It should be like at least like 50 or 60 if it's gonna take that long, you know. But either way, right? So we're going around here. We're just gonna try to focus on getting the fung out of the way, especially because we are playing Myers on a very, very humongous map. We don't have a lot of means of pressure, and we also don't see any other survivors. So ideally, we're just gonna focus on the Fang, of course, you know. But you're tunneling. You're tunneling the Fang. She doesn't need that. Like, who cares, man? And then you obviously go over here. They go into Shack, of course. So we try to like vault in. We're using our tier 3 vault just to give us the advantage here. We do end up giving them the map though, which is really unfortunate for us. But overall, we're gonna get this Bunny Fang goofball out of the way. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Using our forehead to karate chop that pallet for us. Let's go. And now we can admire our really, you know, veined up knife, and all of a sudden, oh, they missed a blind. Say less. That's free pressure. And we drag them on over to the basement. Hell yeah. And Deadlock is giving us some W value, of course. They're all the way in the back of the map over there. Surprisingly not on main. They usually want to go to main, so that's pretty good for me. So far, so good, I would say. I mean, I would probably have to break down that wall, just because it's a lot easier to climb the window. But overall, we're doing all right. They're already flying right in to get the save because I walked away for 2 seconds, so that gives me my opportunity to get some more stalking. Now, we know that the Fang is going to try to run out the door. That's why we're trying to, like, you know, block them as much as we can to buy us a lot of time. You know, they're like, no, you're tunneling, you're tunneling! I'm like, who cares? Tunneling at 4 gens. Like, no. You're gonna get finessed anyway. Yep. Another gen flies, and we need to get this Fung out of the way, man. Now they did use Lithe, and all that distance went into the stairs. So now we just get the free down. We do pick up, which, yeah, pretty solid stuff. I think I had figured that maybe there might be somebody with a flashbang, but I forgot that was old scratch marks. So they're out of the game. So we're all caught up. We're in a good spot now. Ultimately, right? Now, we got our tier 3 at 99.99 Purell, so we're going quite well right now. I mean, what else can you say? But the gen is like halfway. So we finally find ourselves another survivor. Of course, we have our tier 3 at 99.9. Now, we're definitely ready to go. We just got to get close enough to actually pop the tier 3. Now, I figure that gen has a pretty good amount of progress. I may be the only one. Solid mind game though, and then we get the free hit and a double tap with the M1, baby. We love to see it. Enduring value. But I swear, you never. I feel like I never see anyone do this with enduring. I don't know if that's like just like a very rare thing, or people don't realize it, or maybe they don't have a high enough DPI or sensitivity on their controllers. But you can double tap with the enduring perk, man. I've seen it with like one Death Singer, like gameplay montage. I actually saw he would deliberately get stunned to get the enduring, which is really nice. But either way, enduring value, man. You can't deny it. It's really solid stuff. Now this gen is 99 already, which is to be expected. We wouldn't have been able to see that they were there, but the Alan Wake can obviously make the rest of the main building from that hill because I have to go all the way around while they can climb the hill. So now we're in a pretty much of a tough spot here. Now, what we're trying to do is keep an eye out on the angle of where they're going to go, because we have Deadlock blocking the gen, but they can easily just come by, tap it, and the game's over. So what I'm trying to do is catch some sight of somebody else, which we got the Nia here now. So the Alan's going to have to probably go heal. This one's running over there. We have our tier 3 ready to go, so this is the perfect scenario. Obviously, we have to go around the pallet, unfortunately, which does end up wasting a lot of time. They do vault, or they do not vault, my bad. So we just keep them zoned in the back corner of the map. They have nowhere really to go, but the problem is that generator is going to be going. Now, I'm assuming they would want to go for a heal. They do end up mind gaming themselves, which allows me to actually place a survivor on the corner of the map. So that was a solid move on my part. They did end up healing, so that's exactly what I needed them to do. And now we're gonna try to zoom our ass over there with holding up this which I don't know if you noticed that little blood droplets are like floating, but if you see it or don't I actually like the original default blade though, but anyway, or the kitchen knife. Or if you're which in later gameplays you may see me using the laying the pipe with Myers, with his pipe weapon. Pun intended, pause, I don't know. But either way, we're making our way toward the center to see if maybe they're working on that gen. They're not really trying to work on the gen or even close in for the save, which is like, they play very slow in this lobby from what I'm looking at here. Now, this gameplay is quite more older, I would say, but ideally from this position, I figure even if they tap the gen, we can still secure a second hook here, which is ideally what we want to do in order to at least get somebody closer to death and at least get to a tie at bare minimum, and maybe a 3K at the peak level, maybe a 4 if you're really ambitious. Now, that is really good for me. They're already on second state. They just kind of gave up on saving. I figured that I can probably, which they end up actually getting unhooked. Who would have thought, honestly? They kind of took their sweet time, but we still got it. So we hide the light there. We're just gonna focus on getting Nia out of the game. That is pretty much the best case scenario. Regardless of what they do, they kind of rotate back around and try to like go for the pallet, but we have Spirit Fury, obviously. They do have Dead Hard, we probably assumed, or maybe they don't. Maybe they missed the timing on it, who knows. But they get folded up. They try to blind the crate. I'm pretty sure the crate doesn't have eyes. Now he thinks he's playing Alan Wake again, trying to shine the light at his enemies. That's not how it really works, pal. You loaded up the wrong game, buddy boy. So there he goes. We're actually getting more stalking off of him. We need to definitely get her at 99 if possible. If we could get it at 99, that would be pretty much the best case scenario. And just walk up, creep up on somebody, and just stab them in the back with a kitchen knife. That is pretty much the way to do it. Now we notice like both of them are in our line of sight. We're gonna try to go ahead and get a free some free stalking, but I realized like the other one ran up the stairs for some reason. So I was like, well, I don't really need to go there, but we could try, right? We could try getting up there, breaking some walls. Because they decided to let go of the gens, which is good for me. Ornament is definitely just one of the tougher maps for Myers, I find. If there's a hill on that particular spot, I think they might have patched that out, though. I don't think this ever spawns again, so this kind of shows a little bit of the age of the video. But either way, they blew up the gen for me. That does provide a bit more regression. And we're just following through with the Yui here, because I figure that we need to at least, try to get an M1, which they're not really looping too great. But we are playing an M1 killer, so it does mean that we end up kind of forced into a situation like this. Which we're trying to bait for the vault. They do end up just kind of not vaulting, but that gives us the free M1. And then we just try to M1 again. Which I'm kind of torn with the playstyle of Myers, because I'm so used to playing Ghostface, where I'm very focused on trying to, get one shots more so than double tapping people. And then Myers kind of has that ability, but it's, very situational. If you're running, the green add-on or something like that. little bow, which I saw Alan in the corner of my eye over there on that, which is pretty solid. What I try to do here is just break this pallet and start building up Spirit Fury in case I need it, because you never know, man. They might pick up somehow blind from below or something, or you know, have a mirror on the ground and then shine it at that, and it flies into your eyes. It's not worth it, man. So he ends up flying around. We're just building up our stalking. He just gave me my Spirit Fury, but I decided to continue to just follow through because I wanted to stay in the chase and not give him extra distance to get the pickup. But if I did have a chance to break that pallet, I probably would have. Now this pallet's a lot weaker, so that's why we just activate our tier 3. I fumbled there though. That's a shame. That's a damn shame. That is a damn shame. I probably could have downed him right there and called it a day. But we do end up somehow not hitting either one. I don't know what that was about, but you know, I don't know why he keeps shimmying side to side. This isn't a dancing game, buddy. It's it's Dead by Daylight. So he thinks doing the cha-cha or so whatever the hell he's doing is not gonna save him, bro. We start flying our way over. We start building up our Spirit Fury because we know for a fact that the Yugi's still one shot anyway because they're injured. Best case scenario would be to just try to down them because we can actually hear them potentially. So that would be the better scenario. But we're looking around and we just can't find them. So it's possible that they're trying to hide, but we do actually spot them in the back here. So definitely gonna play this right. We do, like, they can actually see me, so I try to bait it that I'm gonna climb up and it gets them to vault, which allows me to once again, which you can actually use Spirit Fury, which is ideal right there. Exact scenario why it's so useful. And then we just down them, so we just win the game. Pretty awesome stuff. We're gonna go ahead and cut forward and start quickly show the builds, and we'll jump into the next one. So here we are again with yet another gameplay with the good old Michael Myers on his good old Lambkin Lane, and we're on his block. This should be, you know, a slaughter pretty much. It's his own block, but you know, unfortunately, because this was recorded before the rework of this map to make it actually, you know, playable for once in its life, you know, hey, we just kind of have to work with it. So this is an older gameplay, obviously, but we do want to look at it just to see what the vibes are. You know what I'm saying? For the entertainment. You know, I've been holding on to this gameplay for quite some time. Want to really get some value. You know, gotta say, want to get some value. So either way, right? We're able to, you know, get at least out of tier 1 very quickly. Now, obviously, from tier 2 to 3, that's when it starts the struggle begins. You know, obviously. Especially, but the payoff is very, very, very good. Now, what I probably should have done was just push them into that direction instead of like, kind of trying to mind game it there. Ideally, but hey, I mean, that's a nitpick. Who cares? Who cares? It's very hard to get value at times with Infinite Tier 3, but I do prefer it. Mainly because it does mean that you're basically like, I feel, at least when I'm playing him, it feels like I'm using Ghostface on like just completely roided out, because it's like you don't even have to stalk anymore. It's everyone's marked at all times. It's very fun. But in this situation, at least, it's kind of tough because it is a very large map, so you don't really have the opportunity to you know, get the most amount of pressure. Now, the thing is also, I'm not getting M1s, and I know what it, like, you know, that I probably should have. Looking back on it, getting the M1 and then stalking is probably going to be your best bet, so you know that so that you can still get the hits. I should have followed them, that Claudette, actually, because like now I'm like standing around trying to like listen in to see where they ran to, and it's wasting like tons of time. We're madmen. We're losing our minds here. Which at least we're getting stalked. That was smart on my part, man. But it is a god palette, so I would have to break that eventually. We do actually check on the generator. We're trying to split pressure. But now we're getting the M1, which at least that's good. Like, but I need to do that more often. Like at least in this gameplay. He just starts like standing there for some reason. I don't know if he kept looking behind himself or something. Then of course they just slam down a trap, which is I wasn't really trying to break. But it just seems like he's really not trying to, maybe he was looping, I couldn't see that there. But then I went back toward the generator. Now the problem that I'm noticing in this gameplay, at least, is the fact that I'm just like not going for like my down. I need to go for a down. Like, I'm getting my stalk, sure, but I'm not getting my down. And then I'm trying to mind game it here to catch them off guard, but you know, I just did not path correctly. That was just bad on my part. But we do have Spirit Fury charged. He does just kind of zoom past the pallet, which I'm kind of wondering how he looks a little fast, but whatever. So he vaults the window. That's good. We were able to potentially get the down, but of course they somehow still make yet another pallet, so that's why I'm always using Spirit Fury Enduring, but Miz has Smash Hit, I'm assuming. So I'm like, what? And then of course now that pallet got picked up, and then of course I just, and of course he's going to a lot of survivors will bag, even though perks were saving them in the maps, but it is what it is, right? We were able to build up a lot of stalking, so that was really good. So all that little bagging nonsense he did just benefits us in the end of the day. Now, we don't really want to chase around the main building unless we have our infinite tier 3, because it does speed up our vault quite a bit, and that's exactly the main problem. Now here I actually heard the survivor just kind of drop down, but of course they had balance, so it's like it just sucked. Like we had every perk that they needed to have, they just had at the exact moment they needed it. Is insane. It is so insane. They do end up pre-dropping, which is a little strange, but either way it's fine. It seems like that fence is closed, so we just try to mind game it there. It kind of ran past without me hearing them. That was a little strange. So he ran into a locker thinking it's Tombstone, but it's not. Which is kind of partially how you get extra hooks with Infinite Tier 3. That definitely does have like an added bonus, that because they don't know which one it is, they just think it's like Tombstone usually. It does allow you to kind of get those extra hooks for free, which is nice, but it's not the most ideal, but it's definitely something. Now, obviously, I highly recommend just running Tombstone or Tombstone Piece, just in general. It's just better. It's just better. I'm not recommending Infinite that much, but I do enjoy it from time to time. I do think it's very good. But eliminating a survivor, is a lot better than just kind of downing and hooking usually. But I find Infinite Tier 3 to be the more fair option. Not that I care about fairness and with the Myers, but still, I find it to be more, centric around your footwork and stuff like that. Now, obviously, it's just because I preferred it. Now, we were waiting it out. They do end up getting saved for free, unfortunately. And you're going to see here, they try to use their base kit BT to body block, and then they, of course, have sprint burst, I assume. So we then go ahead and vault right through with our infinite, which is nice. I mean, and here I fumbled heavily. Good lord, I fumbled heavily there. That was just humongously bad. And that's unfortunate for me. Why did I do that? I'm looking back at it, like this was like a couple of months ago. I don't know what the heck happened there. I was still getting used to Myers. You can even see like my Myers like only has the prestige weapon, so I was still kind of getting used to using this guy. And so far we're on the ropes here. I will say that much. Now, best thing to do, find somebody down him. It's like we just gotta down somebody as soon as possible, man. That will pretty much be your best bet here. We do end up breaking the generator, which is fine by me. Now, what we're trying to do here, because we're at the 2 gen mark with like one hook. It seems like we're trying to find people, but we're kind of struggling in that sense. But we're trying to go for Claudette actually, because the Ash is trying to hug the wall, while this one is, or the car rather. Oh, this one's like running out in the middle of nowhere, so this actually works out for us. Now, can you imagine if it was Tombstone? Like, that would have been an easy, like, win off of that alone, actually. But I will say, I mean, Infinite Tier 3 does provide a challenge. I will say that much. Especially if your pathing is trash. It's gonna definitely be a challenge. Because my pathing was horrible. What the heck was this? But I definitely want to, like, it's good to review, like, older games so you know how you've grown as a player and how much better you've gotten. Because I overcommitted to that sidestep there. But Claudette did tap the gen, so that does mean a second hook for free. That's good. Now, what I could have probably done was lunge a little further away and probably saved a couple of seconds. But I didn't realize how long the lunge normally was. So that was a fumble as well, but I wasn't too familiar with Myers' game, so that was just a massive fumble. We make our way over, we get down the Ash as he's the closest, and then we just start to focus on this Claudette as well. Very sweaty, I'd say, but they looks like they vault into my arms, so they get finessed. So that's about like what, 2-3 people that were incapacitated. The other one had to go save. I just leave him there by the gen. He doesn't have any reason to be picked up. We leave the others, and then we start going toward the door because we know the door. Like that door is like 20 seconds, so you definitely want to just immediately fly over there, start intercepting it, and let the other one go for the save. So we hide the light. We do end up, which I think I had tried to swing, but it didn't let me swing for some reason. And then obviously there's yet another pallet because Gwen isn't there, but they do end up vaulting back in out of fear. So that does mean we get a free kill. That's good. 2 people on the ground, fine. We can make this happen. I still think, like, you know what I'm saying? Even looking at this now, I still think we can make it happen. And probably I did. But we're going to find out how we did it. So I figure that because we're running in that building, that's smart. We go around it because we know that the path they're going to take, the door is closer to my right-hand side, and it's much safer than the left-hand side, I would assume, because it's a lot more stuff in the way. So, which I was actually trying to get the Claudette there. That's why I turned. I probably shouldn't have done that. They thought the spin was going to work again. It doesn't, because I was actually trying to aim at somebody else to begin with. Now, we leave them on the ground again. We focus on trying to get the Thalita, which means that the Ash now has to go over there and pick up her instead of leaving. So that means that's good for us, man. We're in a great spot. Not necessarily a great spot, actually. That's a lie. But we're still trying our best here. Now overall, I mean, Infinite Tier 3 once again value because and the pallet's gone. So what are they gonna do? Jump into a locker and get hooked? Probably not. Probably have to leave them on the ground even if they did. Yo, they need a visual rework for Myers, by the way. I just looked at his sleeve, man. That thing looks like some PS3, PS2, like polygonal act. Like what the heck was that, bro? Like, come on, man. Give Myers some love, man. Like, he needs to get a visual rework, bro. Get like, besides his kit, like, give him some visual updates, bro. Man's is like looking like hella low resolution. What is that, bro? Oh my god. Yeah, he had his trap there. I didn't want to break it because I had given him no freeze. You know, no free freeze. Free freeze. Free for free freeze. So we hook him here, and then I realized, wait a minute. Let me wait a second because, you know, 4%. Now, in this situation, best thing to do, as you know, boring as it may be, just let him bleed out. There's no reason to try to pick him up at this point. Because 4% are very, very common. You'd be very surprised, especially if you perform really well and you got everyone on the hook. Forget it, bro. The game will just actively go from 4% to at least 104%. It's insane. And in a match like this, because you're gonna see it in a second. Right now, I'm actually gonna, you know, spoiler alert, but you're gonna see why I always am trying to play it safe with situations like this, because you're gonna see in a second, bro, and it costs me the 4K actually, but you'll see in a second. So we go for the hook. We're like, all right, fine, you know, we're good to go. We just gotta back up. Let's not give them anti-camp, but let's back up, see what the vibes are. They immediately first attempt, they already got off the hook. Now the problem was I didn't wait it out. Why didn't I wait it out? I have no idea. I don't know why I swung there. I don't know what that was about. I should have just left them alone. I should have just followed them all the way around. That just would have been a lot smarter, because then I could have waited out the endurance and then just downed them and it would have been fine. But now I have to go through the process of following them again, which I probably didn't even need to do in the first place. So that was a massive fumble on my part. I should have just left them bleeding. That would have just been better. Should have just left them on the ground. Should have just with his polygonal sleeves. So I figured, yeah, the door was open. The door was 99 anyway. I mean, it takes literally, what, 20 seconds? They also got healed, so I don't know. Was that a syringe? Like, was that a syringe or something? And they just fly out the door. Which I was trying to go for the hook here, but I'm assuming, I think I do make the hook actually. But yeah, that situation is why, like, I could have walked out with the 4K, and it just would have been a lot smoother and a lot less 4%. And the hatch was here, so can you imagine if they wiggled free? Forget it. You know what I'm saying? I should have just left them out to bleed, man. Just left them out there and just bleed out like a gusher, man, and just let them ride, you know. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into the next one. Well, looks like we went to the backwater swamp ass map, so that's lovely. You gotta love that, man. Gotta love that. Gotta love the barf green and the doodoo brown all over the place, man. This is such an ugly map, dude. And it's structured so horribly. Yo, they gotta just, oh no. They just gotta just make this map flat. Take those stupid grass and cut it down with a lawnmower, bro. Just take all that grass out of the way, bro. It's way too goddamn hard to see, bro. Oh my god. Or if they do have the hills here, at least just make so the grass isn't as high, man. It's like almost as tall as Myers himself. The grass is literally like touching his his nose. He's all sniffing that grass when he walks by. Look at that. Oh my god. I'm getting poked in the eyes with those weeds, man. But either way, we got our infinite tier 3 this time, and definitely a tougher match. Oh, we got a grab? What the? You haven't seen this match in a minute. I don't even remember what happened here, but that was hilarious. I got a grab with tier 1 actually. Who would have thought? Which I forgot. I forgot I was in tier 1 in this clip here. Now this is a much older game. I think maybe like a couple months later actually. So I think I was getting a much better understanding of how to play the character, which we got out of the tier 1, which is very, very good. And now we're just starting to get our more value, gets to go ahead and mark up for the whatever saga, the hell name. Anyway, so now we just go ahead and start following through with them because it does provide pressure. So we start going for the swing. We knock them right out of the pallet range, which is very good for me. It might be DS, maybe, probably DS. Do it. Oh, they quit. Let's go. We love it. Yes. I love quitters. Oh, yes. Oh, man, I love it. So that's pretty cool. You gotta love quitters, man. It really makes my day. So that's cool. Now we can see, yep, we're trying to get our stalking up as much as we can. We're really staring at them as aggressively as humanly possible. Really trying to change their shade of their glowing auras. Something. And looks like, oh, looks like we found a Yunjin apparently. And they're kind of fast. Was that sprint burst? They look kind of quick. But we were just staying right by the bot. We figure we can actually eliminate one of these survivors pretty early, but they're using reassurance on a bot, which I'm kind of surprised by. I don't think well, then again, that is probably their best player at this point, so I'm really not shocked by that. But we do start raising up our stalking as much as possible. We got like 2 different survivors. We're just absolutely just like vacuuming, for lack of a better term, vacuuming out that tier 3. So we do try to fake the vault there, and see what we can do. But they just go straight for pallet. I thought they would try to go for the vault and waste more time, but I forget that they get pretty scared with an infinite tier 3. Which I will say, I gotta give credit to Myers, man. He really does drive some fear back into the survivors, man, because these people get a little too confident. Well, Blight too, actually. I think Blight actually does demand a bit of respect. But it looks like we found ourselves a Gabriel. We haven't seen him all game. He gets down like a clown, and then we just go ahead and start following through with Kate now, because we don't even have to really go for anything fancy here, because we got infinite tier 3, man. Now, because of the map being the map, they do end up getting another free pallet. Don't they? Ah, the swamp, man. You gotta love to see it. Horrible structure, horrible design, horrible everything, man. You love to see it, man. You love to see it. And then they also have, what is it? Probably made for this, I think, or something like that, because or maybe buckle up or something, or we're gonna live forever. Who knows? Something. There's like at least 3 different perks that give you 3 chances of endurance on picking up a survivor. What do you mean? So we do try to mind game it here. They just really don't care. Because they know they're in a really solid position. Because of how long it takes to actually go around the barrels, they can just easily just camp it. So, to be expected, it is the swamp after all. I mean, did we really expect anything else on this godforsaken map? I don't think so. I really don't think so. This map is very, very bad. And hopefully it gets a rework soon. An actual rework. Like, not like, oh, we changed one window vault and called it a day. Like, we actually get an overhaul and really make this map a little bit nicer, because this is just terrible to play on and terrible to look at. It's just gray. Like, what the heck? It's brown, green, barf green, and gray. Like what the heck is that, man? Who wants to look at that? Which, I mean, it does look kind of scary, though, I guess, you know, considering it's a hard game, but just cut down the grass, bro. Like, something. Get some upkeep in this swamp, man. You know, get some ogres hiding in the corners, man. Get some Shrek action, you know? Add them to DVD. Next killer, you know what I'm saying? Next chapter, you know, the Shrek chapter. Come on, man. He's, you know, we got Shrek as the killer, you know, and he yells at you and stuff as one of his powers, and he, like, it makes you maybe get hindered because he's gonna yell, "What are you doing in my swamp?" You know? I don't know, man. Spitballing. So yeah, here we go. We're holding down a position. 2 people injured, so they would have to go for the trade. I mean, they go for the trade because we're infinite tier 3. But another gen is gonna fly, so we give that a little kickaroo. But because I went to do that, now they went go for the save. They're like, "Oh, you left the area. We're gonna get the save. That'll work." I was like, no, it won't. So the both gens are regressing. They try to tap it, which is hilarious. We try to keep an eye out for another like lurking survivor. We have to get that bot out the game, by the way. Like, that bot is still alive, and they're on death hook. That's not a good move for me. But they do have this really long boat, which actually I'm surprised they didn't really use it. Which it turns out they used that little like knee-high, you know, exhaustion perk I forgot the name of, to give them like the speed boost they needed. But hey, that's still a free down. Which they're healing, which is interesting. Very good slowdown for me, I'll take it. Which some people say, why heal against tier 3, but it actually does help if you do heal against them, because when you're injured, you're already making noise anyway, so you kind of have more of a chance to not be spotted or found, because of the fact that you're not, you know, you know, like when you're all injured and shit, like Gabriel goofy ass, right? So you don't want to be doing that when he's walking by, right? You want to like not get spotted. Which, good job on his spin, I guess. He probably vaults, which of course he does. We do have Spirit Fury, so that means it's a free down, baby. He kind of stunned me from a little far away, but he goes down. Yeah, I don't think he expected me to have Spirit Fury, because I don't think a lot of people tend to use it. But it works for me. I find that it's just fun for me. It works. It definitely helps a lot with very palette-dense maps and stuff like that, because I don't really use too many map offerings when I'm playing on my off time, because I just want to just focus on blood point gain usually. but nowadays I'm pretty much I already got P100 Ghostface, so I'm like just kind of, you know, roaming the fog, you know, figuring out what the vibes are. And it's so far we were able to clear out this palette. We found the saga. We realized we need to get this bot out, which I should have done a while ago, to be fair. But it's fine. You know, we can just go ahead and clear it. We also get like 2 pallets probably out of it. But you know, the bots are very optimal, especially during this particular version of the game. The bots are like very, very optimal. So like they'll know exactly where to run and how to run it, and they'll know where you are at all times, so they can just maintain that right distance. Unless they make, and they also on occasion will make a mistake to kind of compensate for that, I believe. I don't know, obviously I'm not a programmer or something, so I can't tell you exactly how the heck it works, but that's what it feels like. Like they already have that, like the bot already knows your position and knows what, like, you know, what you're using and stuff like that. So it does, you know, give them, like, the bots an advantage, and it does make it kind of difficult to catch up. But you do end up breaking this gen. We're down to 2 gens, probably 1 at this point. Because, you know, the number on your screen next to the gen symbol probably will say one thing, but you have to keep in mind that some gens are just 99 and you don't know it. Now, this one is running around. I don't know how she got that giant speed boost, but we're able to kind of catch him off guard here. They're kind of hugging the edges of the map here, which shambles for the map being so horrible. Like, this is still a weird area. But hey, I mean, we probably can get the down pretty easily. They do end up knocking out a gen, like I've said. I mean, it was pretty much 1 to 0 gens at this rate. Like, the gens are very, very rapid. But Deadlock does give us a little bit of an advantage. They're just kind of holding W, but the map is... what the hell? Yo, what kind of Tony Hawk Pro Skater move was that? Like, I had Myers jumping into the air, like, bro, oh my god, this swamp map is trash. Like, oh my god. Yo, that is horrible. But we got second state there. That's pretty solid. We also have a decent spread. At least 2 gens are close to each other, which of course they tap the gen again, because when don't they, right? But ideally we needed to remember which ones actually were hooked before and start getting pressure off of that. So we just end up going after the Kate again. We use Spirit Fury, very solid. She gets stuck on the stump, and then that gives us another free hook. And then we can start to hit them through the spin cycle. You know what I'm saying? You put them on the hook. Clap right there. And that's second save for them. And then we go back to the gen. And then we down them. And then we put them on the hook. And then the other goofball goes to get it. And then it works out. Oh, yeah. Right there. Oh, yeah. You love to see it. So far, we're just trying to keep an eye out. We're just trying to see where the other... I think I was actually looking for the other goofball. Because the other one ran around and to the boat for some reason. And then there goes Gabriel. Goofy ass. He probably has Dead Hard. Uh-huh. What did I say? Yes! I called it right on time. Let's go. Woo! I love to see it, man. Ah, I love that, man. That is amazing. I love that I called it out, bro. Oh my god. I have not seen this gameplay in a long time, but I could just tell. I'm like, yo, this was like definitely my peak at least. Because I did take a break for a bit on the game. So I did give this a kick again. Now, like, I think everybody's pretty much on Death Hook except maybe one. So I was trying to figure out like who would be the lucky winner of a free hook state, which it looks like it's Kate's goofy ass. So that's actually good for me. But pallet spawn, haha, you win. Yeah, you win a free pallet break. Woohoo. And we just go ahead and ooh, that lunge was far. I love that. Look at that. Oh my god, them PS2 sleeves. God damn it. They trying to blind? What the hell? Oh no. That's tragic. Tragic. And she's out of the game. Now all that's left is these two. Oh man, that's sad. And there's no pallets to speak of, sweetheart. It looks like she's down. And then we try to find Gabriel, because I was like, I need to get Gabriel out of the game too, bro. I can't let him live. After using that Dead Hard in my face and missing it, oh hell no. Nah. You gotta go down now. Vaults. Is he gonna vault? Is he gonna vault? Do it. Oh, not. He didn't vault. He will though. I know I will. That's nice. Ooh, double vault. Did it work? Oh, I was thinking he was gonna wait on the check spot. He got stuck on a hook, but of course Dead Hard. That was my bad. I knew he had it too. I thought he fumbled, but of course, you know, classic Survivor gameplay. They always have a button to press because they make a mistake. It's understandable. It's understandable. Which I think he actually just held W because he knew that he was. Maybe he does have made for this. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? We're gonna find out at the end of the game though. He does pick him up. So okay, no made for this then. All right, well, that's good. They got downed. And now their teammate's gonna go get downed. And this one we know is not very good at looping either. And they don't have a second chance perk. You love to see it. Vault. Ooh, faking the vault. You love to see it, man. I mean, they still go down regardless, like, but you gotta give them credit where it's due. At least they're trying to go for the dub. Like, they're trying to finesse the Myers. You know what I'm saying? I give them that. That was solid work. And with that being said, thank you all for watching. If you made it this far, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Become a member for exclusive content. You can also join the Discord. There'll be a link in the community tab and the description. Feel free to submit your matches for a match review. You can do that in the Discord. And we can also check the playlist for that if you want to see match reviews. As well as, you know, stay tuned for the streams. Hit the noti bell. All that, like I said, all the YouTube stuff, right? So we're going to knock that all out in one little paragraph, right? And give him a little stabberoo, and then we're going to... I really hate that. Like, that damn sleeve is so sad. But anyway, we gave him a little stare down like Myers does. With that being said, thank you all for all the support, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.